Claire had never really questioned her life. She grew up in a quiet town, in a nice house with a backyard swing, to dogs, and parents who loved her deeply. She had good grades, close friends, and a spot waiting for her at her dream college. Everything felt normal. Until one night, it didn't. It was just past midnight when she woke up, not to an alarm or nightmare, but to the faint sound of voices. Her room was next to her parents', and the walls were thin. Normally, she'd ignore the late night murmurs her parents often stayed up talking, but this time, something about the tone caught her attention. It wasn't casual or playful. It was heavy, curious. Claire pulled out one earbud and pressed her ear gently to the wall. What she heard made her sit up straight. "We should have told her years ago," her mother whispered. Her father's voice followed, low and tense. "And say what, Rachel? That everything she believes is a lie." Claire's heart started pounding in her chest. Her brows furrowed. She pressed her ear harder against the wall. "She's almost 18, her mom said. She deserves to know. We promised." Claire pulled away from the wall slowly, staring at the ceiling as her mind raced. "No what? A lie? What promise?" That night, she barely slept. The next morning, her parents acted completely normal. Her dad made pancakes. Her mom asked if she needed a ride to school. Not a trace of tension in their voices, but Claire couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, like she had suddenly stepped into someone else's life. That afternoon, while her parents were out running errands, Claire went searching. She started with the photo albums, flipping through pages of birthday parties, beach trips, Christmas mornings, but something struck her. There were no baby photos of her before the age of 2. No hospital pictures. No photos of her mom pregnant. In fact, the first photo of Claire was a toddler shot in the living room, already walking. And then she saw either birth certificate, or at least a copy of one. The paper looked scanned, not original. The names were typed, not handwritten. Her stomach flipped. She needed answers. In the basement, buried under stacks of boxes, Claire found one labeled C, medical, divided by docs. Inside were old school forms, immunization records, and a sealed envelope with her name on it. To Claire, it says, in delicate, slanted handwriting. Her fingers trembled as she opened it. Inside was a letter, a real one, written years ago. "To my daughter. If you're reading this, it means the truth couldn't stay hidden forever. I want you to know that I loved you enough to let you go. I was 19 when I had you. Alone, scared, and not ready to give you the life you deserved. But I prayed every day that you would end up with people who would love you the way I couldn't. If you ever want to find me, I'll be here, waiting, always. Love, Lena." Claire sat her day on the cold basement floor, staring at the letter. Her vision blurred, her breath caught in her chest. She had never seen the name Lena before, and yet she suddenly felt like she had known it her whole life. That night, she didn't say anything. She couldn't. Her brain was a storm of confusion and emotion. Was Lena her real mother? Had her parents lied to her? Were they even her parents at all? The next evening, after dinner, Claire asked her mom and dad to sit down at the kitchen table. She placed the letter between them. "You lied to me," she said quietly. They frowned. "See? I heard you the other night. I found the letter. From Lena." Her mother's eyes filled with tears. Her father looked down at the table, his jaw clenched. "We wanted to tell you," her mom whispered. "We just didn't know how." Her dad sighed deeply. "We were waiting for the right time. But the truth is, we were scared." Claire's voice cracked. Why didn't you just tell me?" "Because we love you," her mom said. "And we didn't want you to feel like you didn't belong. You're our daughter, Claire. You always have been." "But I'm adopted," she said. "Aren't I?" Her mom nodded slowly. "Yes, you were 14 months old when we brought you home. The moment we saw you, we knew you were ours." Tears welled in Claire's eyes. Part of her felt betrayed, but another part, deep down, felt relief, because things finally made sense. That night, she read the letter again, slowly. Then she opened her laptop and typed Lena Jennings into the search bar. It took some digging, but eventually, she found a voicemail, simple and quiet. The most recent post was from 6 months ago. It read, "To my daughter, if you're out there, I still think of you every day. I hope you're happy, I hope you're safe, and I hope one day, you'll come find me." Claire stared at the screen, hand over her mouth. The ache in her chest was sharp and sudden, but also full of something she hadn't expected. 1 week later, she told her parents she wanted to reach out. They supported her. With no hesitation, they offered to help her write a letter or even be there if she wanted to meet Lena someday, and she did. She reached out. 2 days later, she got a reply. It was a short message, full of warmth, full of tears, and full of love. They talked on the phone for the first time the following weekend. Claire was nervous, shaky, unsure of what to say, but Lena's voice was kind, familiar, even like a song you didn't know you knew. They didn't talk about the past, not right away. They just talked about favorite books, hobbies, life. It was the beginning of something new, something healing. Today, Claire still lives with her parents. She still calls them mom and dad, because they are. But now, she also has someone else in her life. Someone who gave her up with love, and waited with hope. And all of it, everything started because of one moment. One late night. One conversation that wasn't meant for her.